Hey, this is Bill DeWeese with LongStrangeJourney, and I am back out here on Lake Tarpon. It is a Saturday. It is incredibly windy, and we're going to maybe do some fishing tomorrow. But this week has been a week with one more repair on the trolling motor. In my last video, I replaced the transmission on the motor guide. Saltwater had finally intruded and created corrosion and caused the transmission to fail, and it would no longer turn reliably. And so that was done. But when I put the trolling motor back together again, what I have been experiencing also similar, but more specifically noticing it afterwards, was the trolling motor would walk off spot lock. It would sometimes just spiral the head around. I've had this problem in the past, long ago when I first got the motor guide. And it would literally just walk off the job and leave your course if you were in compass heading mode, or if you were on spot lock, it would just sit there and spiral and kind of wander off. And one of the notorious things with motor guide, maybe with any trolling motor specifically, since these are much more complex now with UPS and control board systems, is power. Power has to be beautiful. I used a PowerPux system and have had the PowerPux on here for about 4 years now. I've never done a single thing to the PowerPux. You'll notice there's no wiring. The wiring goes into the top of the puck, and the wiring for the boat comes up for the 24 volts into the bottom of the puck. They have these mating connectors that are embedded in. I have done nothing with those. Every now and then and again, once a year, I'll put dielectric grease on them. But that's it. I've literally done nothing in 4 years. So it was time to replace them. I'll show you some examples of what that looks like. And actually, from PowerPux, you get a 2-day delivery of these new connectors. The two connectors together are $50. So it's cheaper than actually, a quick disconnect power plug that you might have on your boat. And you've got no wires tripping over, no wires in the way of fishing. So I really have loved the PowerPux. It's been a wonderful thing, but after 4 years, zero maintenance use, just slide that trolling motor on and go. My configuration, the PowerPux sits on the bow. The trolling motor slides right in. A couple of the nice things, obviously there's a connectorization system here for this and the underside connector, which I'll show you here in a minute, which comes on the other side of the puck. Now, if you're familiar with trolling motor quick disconnects that typically come from the manufacturer, they don't offer any power typically. There may be some newer ones emerging that I don't know about, but for the most part, they don't offer you power. So you got a separate power cord running to some kind of a disconnect system. That's what I had originally for the first phase of my boat until I redid the top surface of this in the restoration project. So when we did that, the PowerPux was new. I absolutely fell in love with it immediately, had to have it on the boat. When we did the top deck, we had this installed. And again, it's been air-free, maintenance-free ever since. And the other nice thing about the PowerPux that people might not realize is that typically you'll have a dog bone system here or a square puck system from your trolling motor's quick disconnect. And you will drop, I had originally the motor guide quick disconnect, and you'll drop it down on there and you'll put your locking pin in place and you'll go fishing. The problem that I had with that is because you're dropping it down on there, there is some play. So there was a little bit of noise making and play in the motor guide one for sure, not sure about other vendors, but for the motor guide one, I did not like that play. The PowerPux comes on your deck and slides on like a wedge. It's really a super tight fit. So there's no play, there's no wiggle, there's no vibration. So that's another thing that I come to really like about the PowerPux system. Obviously, not having wires is the principal benefit of this thing. And it's generally maintenance free, but 4 years in with little to no maintenance, and I'm kind of impressed. And now the maintenance I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the two connectors. These use the standard, I think they're called Anderson connectors. You see them commonly in high current lithium battery chargers. and other settings, including trolling motors, right? They're widely used for trolling motors for disconnects. They're keyed. You can't mess up the polarity. And there's one, this is the one that goes in the underside of the mating puck that's attached to the bottom of the trolling motor. I've already removed it. The two of these together is $50. So actually, and free shipping from PowerPux. So, but for $50, I'm really happy to be able to replace these. So you got your fasteners, and then I've removed this, and I'm pulling this out of the mounting location. And you've got this plate. There's 6 screws. This is identical on the other side, underside of the trolling motor. So that's where this come from, right? So if we take a look at this, I'm gonna do this one-handed, because I don't feel like setting up any kind of tripod. I probably should. But it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Take these off. Then you pop that off, and you have a keyed connector. Now the other unit does not have the hole. The other side, the underside of this one, just wraps through the outside. So obviously you're going to want to thread your wiring through that hole before you make your crimp connections. But this goes in there, and you can see how I've never opened this until today. So you can see how there's been some buildup of corrosion, and it's time to replace this thing. But for the amount of service life around salt water, I'll take it for the convenience of this thing. So these parts will go back in, and we'll be back on the water. What I did notice is that when I plug this manually into here and put my meter onto there, if I wiggled it, I would get a variation in the voltage reading. So definitely time to replace it. Trolling motors do not like unstable voltages. Alrighty then. Well, fast forward till Tuesday. It was Saturday when I took it apart, and today, Tuesday, the parts came in. I'm dropping this into the puck that will go on the boat deck, and as mentioned, it goes in, snugly fits, has the tooling post up, and the part that is the cover slides in to place, pops in, and aligns the hole with the tooling post. So there we go. We are fat, dumb, and happy. We just need to screw these in, and then we're ready to make our cuts and crimps, and we will do the same thing with the mating section on the bottom half of the underside of the trolling motor puck, the receptacle puck, and that will go into the unit with the post down, and then these mate without their respective connectors. So everything is good, and I'll use these connection covers a little bit more religiously. Maybe I'll get a little bit more life out of them. I'm very happy. Don't see any issues with it from a reliability perspective. And now we're going to start afresh with a brand new set of connections. Nice and virgin connections. They come with the connectors themselves. They come with some really great shrink tubing for this piece, which goes up into the trolling motor. I also put an outer shield sheath of shrink tubing on it. So I'll shrink the 2 joints that get crimped, and I will also shrink the total outer edge so that when it loops up through the trolling motor, inside the trolling motor, and makes its connections like the other one does, it has some additional abrasion resistance because that kind of can, sometimes this will rub near it and all that kind of such. So we'll make sure we shield that from any abrasion. So after that, we'll put the whole thing back together again. We'll add the new plate that we're going to put on there in fashion so that we keep it from scruffing the deck. And we'll show you the rest of that when it comes to it. All right, so we're putting the bottom of the unit back together. Got to heat shrink some things, color code some things. I'm actually going to skin this red wire black because this is boat wire. It's a good tinned wire. So I'll turn that from red to black for the negative lead. Using heat shrink tubing. This is popped in. That goes inside the puck itself. This is the mate. So that one in the puck is completely new. I'll show you that. And well, I'll show you the final assembly. And then we just got to put the cover on there and do the final connections. And we're good to go. All set. There we go. What we got? Keep your head down, Bill. It's a weird fish. No, it's not. Keep your head in the water. There we go. So, this is why we do maintenance runs in Lake Tarpon. All right, we moved down to the south side of the lake, so we got a maximum wind in our face. Not bad, but definitely a good test. She's sitting right on spot lock. Doing a good job. So helpful confirmation that cleaning up the power really helps. All right, so if you come up with some instability with your trolling motor, especially a motor guide, definitely suggest you take a look at your power. Make sure that power is clean and there are no fluctuations, and it can go a long way to stress-free days on the water. I hope this helps. If you got some help from this video, please like and subscribe. Show the video and the channel some love. It always helps us out. It's the LongStrangeJourney signing off.